Hey, first hour, second hour, third hour, sixth hour, yeah, and any other hour. Throw another one in there, like fourth. Okay. Hi, Mike Joswak. I'll be your instructor for this chapter, chapter 6. So excited, chapter 6. Chapter 6 is about something near and dear to my heart. Okay. In chapter 4 and 5, chapter 2, we were learning how to be good senders of messages, how to clean things up so that we can get a message, we can broadcast that to the receivers, and we can do a really good job. In chapter 6, we flip at the tails. All right, we do. In chapter 6, we're going to discover how to be good receivers of messages, how to be good receivers of messages primarily by being better listeners. All right? And I'm not going to shake my fingers at you like this, but I'm going to tell you. There, I did it. Oh, my. I'm going to tell you that I have trouble. I do. As human beings, we suffer. We suffer. And one of the places we suffer is in our ability to listen well. And I'm going to tell you, like I'm sitting here, poor listening makes poor relationships. It does. It equates. Poor listening makes poor relationships. If I had $1, I'm telling you this again, if I had $1 for every time a relationship crashed and burned because someone wasn't listening, someone was a poor listener, he never listens to me. She never listens to me. Okay? Oh my God, I'd be a bazillionaire if I had $1 for every time poor listening caused poor relationships. And in some cases, the end of relationships. So it begs us to explore this if, by the end of chapter 10, we want to be better best friends. We want to maintain those soulmate relationships. All right, so go with me. How to be a better best friend through being a good receiver by being a good listener. All right, here we go. First, some simple definitions to start out chapter 6. There's only 3 of them today. There's only 3 definitions today. And then we're just going to stop. But the 3 definitions are super important, and we get them mixed up all the time. Okay? People don't have a handle on these. We're going to discuss the difference between hearing, listening, and critical listening. Okay? Those are the 3 definitions. Hearing, listening, and critical listening. All right. The 3 terms. First of all, put down your phones. Listen. Okay? Listen. Now we'll get back to that later on in life. The definition of hearing, listening, and critical listening. All right? Hearing is simply the ability to detect the physical noise in our environment. What? Yeah, listen. Hearing, the definition of hearing, is to be able to detect the physical noise in our environment. In other words, sound waves come in. They bounce around in my ear canal. They impact the eardrum. It sends signals to my brain. It's noise. Hearing is simply the ability to detect physical noise in your environment. Listen, watch. Oh, hi. Let's go on a tour. Hi. Let's go on a tour. Part of my living room. Okay? Part of my living room. I'm so excited. I'm here in the living room. Okay? Look. I know. I'm a nerd, but I have this dictionary. Remember when we studied words? Oh my. Okay, look at how big this one is. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Get a bigger vocabulary. This, a friend of mine makes these. This, made out of old propane tanks. True, it looks like a flying saucer, but it's made out of old propane tanks. Okay, listen. I know you all can hear that. I know you all can hear that. Okay? There's not one of my students this semester that needs an interpreter in the room. And I would know it if you couldn't hear this. There'd be an interpreter in the classroom working with us. You all can hear that. All right? It's physical noise. It's physical noise in the environment. All right, come on back. Come on. Oh, hi. Come on back. That one's simple. Listen. More physical noise. More physical noise. All right? Now, the definition of listening. This is where things go amiss sometimes. The definition of listening. Listening is the ability to hear, plus we are going to add meaning and understanding to what we are hearing. In other words, we hear physical noise in the environment, and that means something to us. We have an understanding of something inside those noises. What? Yeah, listen. Hearing. Okay, listen. Hearing. It's just impact. It's just noise. But as soon as we can put a meaning to what we're hearing, then it's listening. What? Yeah, listen. You all know what this means now. Don't you? From chapter 1? Listen again. Yep. You see, when we talked about encoding and decoding in chapter 1, I went out on a limb there and bet that nobody understood Morse code. So I said, don't encode in Morse code, because nobody's going to be able to decode it or take it apart. Decode it or take it apart for understanding. All right. Now here's the thing. This is no longer random noise. You used to just be able to hear this. You used to just be able to hear it. But now you can listen to it. You can take meaning and affix that meaning to that noise. Okay? What does it mean? Yep. It means SOS. It translates in 2020 to help. Help. We've decided that. We've discovered that. And I told you this. So now, not only can you hear the physical noise, but you can listen to what it means. All right? Listening. Putting meaning and understanding what you can hear. What you're hearing. Got it? Got it? Good. Good. Now here's a tricky part. Critical listening takes it one step further, and it's a step I need you all to be able to take. Critical listening. If you're going to improve yourself, if you're going to improve your relationships, if you're going to improve your mind, okay, then you have to become great critical listeners. And we're going to go back to the STAR model. What? Yep, we're going back to the STAR model, believe it or not. Okay, to show you how important critical listening is. But first, definition of critical listening. Here we go. The definition of critical listening is to be able to hear something plus put a meaning to it for understanding plus make a judgment about what you're listening to. All right, so let's go back. It's additive. See, listen, we're going to add some things up. Critical listening is hearing the noise, understanding what it means, plus judging it. Judging, evaluating, judging and evaluating what you're hearing. Notice, go back to the star model. There was a pinnacle on that star model, a point on that star model that talked about judging. All right, man, I tell you what. Critical listening, hearing, plus listening or meaning and making a meaning and understanding what you're hearing, plus evaluating or making good judgments, making judgments about what you're listening to. All right, here's another example. Here's an example. Y'all know what this means. You can hear it. You're listening to it and putting meaning. It means help. Okay, listen. It means help. I've banged it out 7 times. I've banged it out maybe 10 times here in this video lecture. And I bet none of you are concerned. Help. That means help. Okay? But I dare say nobody is getting out their phones dialing 911. Yeah, my teacher needs help. I think he lives somewhere in Mendoza. Okay, it's Mendota. Okay, listen. None of you are concerned, even though that means help. None of you are concerned for my welfare. Why? It's not rocket science. You don't look like you need help. Yeah, right? Even though the meaning, what you're listening to now, that dash, even though that means help, you're looking at me and you're thinking to yourself, making a judgment, evaluating the moment, and you're thinking, it's just one of those teacher things. It's just one of those teacher moments. He's having another one of his moments. Yeah, I am. And so are you. You're critically listening, even though that means help. There's nobody rushing to help me. There's nobody calling 911. There's nobody coming over and checking and knocking on the door, asking me if I'm okay. Okay? You're critically listening, and we do it all the time. We do it all the time. Okay, there. Just those 3. Do you know the difference between hearing, listening, and critical listening? Use that SOS as an example. Test question. And understand that I need you guys to be great critical listeners. Why? Let's couple everything that we know already, and let's shoot for being better best friends. Let's shoot for that, okay? All right, if you're hearing something and you're putting meaning behind the words, but the non-verbals don't match, okay? Fine. Go out with your guy friends again. Sure, I don't care. Can you be a better critical listener? Hearing, understanding the words, but then evaluating or judging? Okay. Can you be? Relationships are a reason to be better critical listeners. Your relationships. Okay. Sometimes we have to listen in between the words. All right. Another reason to be a good critical listener. is to build a better you. To build a better you. Another reason to be a good critical listener is to grow your brains. Let's go back to the STAR model. How do we explore when we figure out that there's stuff we don't even know that we don't even know? How do we go on a great explore? Well, we have to use our senses. We have to take things in through our senses to grow our brains. We've decided that. We've covered that. Okay, so now listen. Listen. Part of the senses of the human body are my ears. You will go on a great explore by watching things with your eyes, sure, but you'll also be listening to things. You're going to listen to the experts. You're going to listen to the podcasts. You're going to listen to your grandfather. Trust me, my grandfather was worth 1,000 podcasts. I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. And then, after I find the truth from listening, I need to make judgment. I need to make judgment. All right? Critical listening is imperative to the STAR model and acting on your own truth. You must judge what you're listening to. Okay? Because trust me, if you take in everything that you listen to and think of it as true, oh man. Oh, man. Think about it. Listen, make judgments, evaluate what you're listening to. Right? That grows your brain, grows your sense of truth, and lets you act like your own person instead of someone else's puppet. We've had that conversation. Yeah, we just might have it again. All right, just those three terms. There, just those three terms. Hearing, listening, and critical listening. Tomorrow, more listening adventure. Wow, that was weird. All right, I gotta say goodbye. Oh, 17 minutes. Ooh. Bye.